Hey there, Devon. Well, if you guys are wondering why I am walking backwards, that is because the crowd that I showed you earlier from Discovery Green has since made their way down Walker Street. That is where we are right now. They are headed towards City Hall to converge with the protest that is set to start there at 2 p.m. I can tell you hundreds of folks gathered outside Discovery Green. This is just the tail end of what we've seen so far, but ahead of us, I can tell you there are several hundreds of people. You can still see the signs. You can see people wearing t-shirts. I've seen folks with all sorts of costumes, all here to share their message, to get their voices heard. Earlier, we spoke with numerous different people. I met a group of grandmothers who were there saying that they were here fighting for their grandchildren. I've talked to family members. I've talked to one couple, both federal employees who are currently furloughed, concerned about what's going to happen to the economy. I've heard people talk about affordable health care, immigration. These are just some of the concerns that people are here fighting about, and they say they are going to do it peacefully. And that is one thing I can verify for you, is that so far this rally has been peaceful. People are talking to each other, they're chanting, they're holding signs, they're smiling, they are happy to be able to be here and to be able to speak their minds. But ahead of us, again, is a large crowd that's gathered. Now, I also want to take you to some video we shot earlier from Discovery Green, where you can see the large, massive crowd that we were able to show you guys earlier. I know it's a little harder to see here along Walker Street as we're walking with this crowd. But yes, several hundreds of people there, again, holding signs, wearing matching t-shirts, chanting. And people of all ages, as I mentioned, are here today. Right now, they are making their way towards City Hall. The last time I was there at City Hall for the first No Kings protest, about 15,000 people got together, and it was a massive crowd. I mean, people filled the plaza, the surrounding streets. And there, again, it was another peaceful protest where I even ran into the mayor, John Whitmire, as well as Police Chief Noe Diaz, who praised the crowd for being able to gather that way peacefully. And that is what organizers are expecting for this turnout as well. It's unclear exactly how many people will be gathered today outside of City Hall, but organizers are anticipating a much bigger crowd than before. Of course, this is happening nationally. It's not just here in the Houston area, but Houston area alone, I know, has about a dozen or so of these protests that have been taking place or are taking place right now. One of those being here along downtown Houston, first at Discovery Green, and now as this crowd makes their way down towards City Hall. Now, ma'am, how are you? I'm Michelle from Channel 11. I saw you. You're towards the tail end of it, but tell me why it was so important for you to take part in this march.
Freedom, and freedom to be who we are.
Now, are you a Houstonian?
Yeah, I live in Friendswood.
Gotcha. So. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you, ma'am?
60.
60. You're 60 years old. You're here with this crowd. You said the most important thing for you to be here was because of freedom. What's the message you want to share with folks?
That this is our democracy, that this is what we are allowed to do. We are allowed to say no.
Does it surprise you about the turnout here?
No, it does not. Not at all.
Were you here for the last one as well?
I was here in June.
So you were part of that 15,000 crowd, and it was important for you to make it out today. Are you expecting an even bigger crowd?
Outside my comfort zone, and even talking to you is outside my comfort zone.
Well, I appreciate you talking to us, okay? You take care, stay hydrated. Obviously, everybody has various reasons as to why they're here. We have talked to, as I mentioned, people of all ages, coming from all different backgrounds, all across the Houston area, who wanted to share their concerns. Now, I know that Orko Manna, my colleague, is over at City Hall. He is going to have more from that angle and the perspective and the crowd that he's seeing there. But again, another live look here down Walker Street as people get closer and closer to City Hall. I'm told refreshments will be provided. Obviously, it's not the hottest day, but it is quite humid out here, so people are being told to to take precaution. I can also tell you, if you look around, there are plenty of HPD officers patrolling the streets. They are safely blocking off certain parts of it and behind as well to make sure that these protesters can speak their minds and share their messages safely. Something HPD told me yesterday they are prepared to do. We will continue to stay out here and get more interviews and continue to cover this protest and bring you updates as we learn more. For now, we're going to send it back to you.
Michelle, real quick before we let you go, have organizers say how long these protests are going to go on today?
From my understanding, I think it was from 12 to 2 was the original time frame we got for Discovery Green. But once I arrived there and talked to organizers, they actually told me that was more of a meeting point started by a grassroots organization. They then converged with 5051, which is that national movement that's happening all across the country today with these No Kings protests. That protest and rally, which is going to happen outside Houston City Hall, is going to be from 2 p.m. to 6 is the time frame, but of course these things can go a little bit longer depending on the massive size of the crowd, and the march itself is set to start at 4 o'clock. We'll of course be covering all of that for you and bring you updates continuously.
All right, so an all afternoon, all evening event. Glad to